Did you know that the most famous skyline in the world was born out of pure, terrifying panic? It's a story of human ego, greed, and a secret layer of ancient rock. When you look at New York City today, you see a concrete jungle piercing the clouds. But the very existence of this skyline is a paradox rooted in necessity. Manhattan is actually a tiny, overcrowded island. The architects who built it couldn't build wide. They simply had to build up. This is the insane story of how human ego, greed, and a secret layer of ancient rock created the greatest architectural race in human history. In the early 1800s, New York was a flat, muddy, chaotic mess. This urban sprawl was unsustainable for a growing metropolis. To fix this, city planners created the Commissioner's Plan of 1811, slapping a giant, rigid grid system over the entire island, creating those famous numbered streets. This grid created a massive problem. Space became incredibly limited, and as a result, land prices exploded. To make money, builders had to pack as many people as possible into small plots. Initially, there was a physical limit. Buildings were made of solid stone and brick, meaning if you built too high, the sheer weight would crush the bottom floors. Plus, no one wanted to walk up more than 5 flights of stairs. Then, 2 incredible inventions arrived that changed the world forever, unlocking the possibility of super tall buildings. First, Alicia Otis's safety elevator allowed instant travel to the top. Second, the Bessemer process allowed for the mass production of cheap, lightweight steel. Architects realized they no longer needed thick brick walls. They could build a thin steel skeleton and just hang lightweight stone or glass on the outside. The sky was suddenly unlocked. In 1902, the Flatiron Building was completed. People actually gathered on the streets, waiting for it to blow over in the wind. It didn't. The era of the skyscraper had officially begun. By the roaring 20s, building skyscrapers wasn't just about office space. It was about massive human ego, sparking the greatest architectural battle in history, the race to the sky of 1929. Millionaires wanted their names on the tallest building on Earth, turning construction into a fierce, ruthless competition. The rival architect of the Chrysler Building, William Van Allen, pulled off the greatest trick in architectural history by secretly constructing a 185-foot steel spire inside a hollow fire shaft, making the Chrysler Building the tallest in 90 minutes. But the victory was short-lived. In 1931, the Empire State Building smashed the record, rising over 1,200 feet in the air. After World War II, the architectural style of New York changed completely, moving toward maximum efficiency and sleek design. The new corporate era demanded the international style, sleek, cold, and entirely covered in glass. Buildings like the Seagram Building transformed the city into a glowing, mirrored box. Today, NYC architecture has entered a terrifying new phase, Billionaire's Row, featuring super tall pencil towers. These are incredibly skinny, rising thousands of feet on tiny plots of land. To keep them from snapping in the wind, engineers equip them with massive, multi-ton weights swinging inside the top floors to counter the sway. New York will never stop growing. It is a city defined by an endless, ruthless competition to touch the stars. And that relentless, terrifying panic to build higher is exactly why we have the New York City skyline we see today.